next guest is a comedian. You can find him at Helium and all sorts of comedy spots throughout Portland. I'm super excited to have him on. Milan, come on out. Milan Patel, everybody.
Thank you so much. Cool. Can you guys hear me okay, or you guys are good? Okay. Dude, this is great. Give it up for Boys Club for, again. Yeah, man. I don't know. It sucks that we can only be here this week. Like, I can't wait for next week, though, when we actually do the show in the City Target. Yeah, it's going to be in the Blu-ray section next to, like, a box set of The Sopranos. So if you come, like, you'll get that or something. I don't know. I don't know the detail. It's great to be here, man. This is cool. Like, I don't, like, appreciate enough, like, when I do cool shows like this because, like, I was just in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for a comedy festival. And, like, some of you guys don't know, if you don't know what a comedy festival is, it's where you spend $450 to go to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And then you come back, and your friends are like, how was it? And you're like, I don't want to talk about it. It was okay. It was fine. Like, we went out to a bar after one of the shows, and this drunk dude came up to me, and, like, he singled me out of everybody. And he was like, hey, man, I saw you from across the bar. I can tell you're not from around here. Just want to come up, introduce myself. I got a question for you. I was like, all right, what's your question? He was like, well, I just want to know, you good people? And I was like, what? He was like, you heard me, you good people? I was like, yeah, man, I'm good people. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, what are you drinking? I was like, I don't know, it's like an IPA. And he was like, tss. I don't even know what that is. That was my favorite part. And I don't know, and then he left, which is fine. But, like, and listen, dude, I don't like to assume the worst about people, and, like, I really don't. But, you know, that guy was a racist piece of shit. And, because, like, I've been brown long enough, you know, like, I know what that guy was asking me. He wasn't asking me if I was good people. What he was really asking me was, hey, man, are you going to try to, like, commit jihad on my bar here tonight? Because, you know, like, I like coming here. And that's just, like, weird to me that he would say that, you know? Because, like, I was drinking an IPA. What kind of terrorist orders an IPA before they blow some shit up? That doesn't even make sense. Like, he goes up to the bartender and he's like, excuse me, this is a Russian terrorist that I'm going to do. I don't do accents. This is the only one I know how to do. He's like, excuse me, I'm going to blow up this bar later tonight, but first I have an important question for you. How hoppy is the Jackhammer IPA? Is it like very hoppy or? He's like, yeah, it's hot. Oh, that's good. I like hops. He's like trying to get me. He's a beer snob / terrorist. Oh yeah, and then that dude came back up to me and he was like, all right, have a good night, brother. And I was like, did this guy just think I was black this whole time? Like, I don't think he knows what race I am. Jesus Christ, man. It's alright, dude. Like, that guy was just ignorant, which is, like, fine. I'm pretty ignorant, too. But, like, I'm trying to be a better person, you know? Like, I have a lot of role models. Like, one of my role models is Malala. You guys know who she is, right? She's pretty amazing, man. She won the Nobel Peace Prize when she was, like, 17. And now she just goes around the world talking about women's education. Like, she's pretty amazing. But she's also one of those people, she's, like, too perfect, you know? Like, if you met her, you wouldn't even be able to relate to her. Like, I could never be friends with Malala. Could you guys? No, you couldn't. Like, could you imagine being roommates with Malala? You just feel bad about yourself all the time. You just, like, walk in hungover on a Saturday. You're like, oh, God, Malala, I drank so much last night. Holy shit. I think I blacked out. I don't even know how I got home. I think I drove. Oh, holy shit, I think I drove home. Oh, my God. Anyway, did you end up coming out to that party? And, like, she's just, like, on her laptop. She's like, you know, I didn't make it out. I was working on that speech for the UN, so. He's like, oh, yeah, you still working on it? That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, she's, like, passive-aggressive about stuff, too. She's like, hey, did you remember to pay the internet bill? You're like, yeah, I think I paid it. She's like, well, you didn't, so. Also, have you been eating my almonds? Because the bag's lower. You're like, yeah, I thought those were for everyone. But. You know what I mean? Like, you can't talk to her about your problems. Malala doesn't care about your problems. You're like, oh, God, Malala, I had the worst day today. I dropped my iPhone, and, like, the screen cracked on my iPhone. And she's just like, yeah, that does sound pretty hard. That reminds me of a hard time that I had in my life. when the Taliban tried to assassinate me. But, I just knew that I had to persevere and get through that, and I did. You just have to be like, thanks, Malala, thanks for the perspective. You always help me see the bigger picture. Really, your friends don't get it. Your friends don't understand at all. Your friend's like, oh my God, you live with Malala? You're so lucky, dude. Like, she's amazing. You're just like, I don't know, man. Like, Malala's kind of a bitch sometimes. They're like, what? Sweet, sweet Malala? What did you just say about her? I don't mean it like that, but it is what it is. I don't know. It's all good, though. I do like Malala. She's a cool person. I don't know if you guys saw, did you guys see this in the news? They released all the files that were on Osama bin Laden's computer. Did you guys see that?
No.
Yeah, it was a few months ago. Like, the CIA raided his compound. They took his computer, and then they put all his files on their website. You can look it up. And the weird part is that he just had, like, a bunch of movies that he had downloaded onto his computer. And, like, I don't know if he paid for them or not, but... Like, I don't want to like, accuse him of being, like, a movie pirate on top of everything else. Like, I don't think that's going to affect anyone's, like, thought on him. Like, wait, he did what? He pirated films? That takes away jobs, So I just want to tell you guys, I'll tell you guys my 4 favorite movies that were on Osama bin Laden's computer. And these are true. You can look them up. These are real. Number 1, Ants, the animated movie. And, no Bug's Life, so that kind of tells you who he is as a person. The next one, Cars, was on there. Pretty low-level Pixar, in my opinion. But next one, Cars 2, because, you want to see how that franchise goes. And then the last one, it's funny to me, like, it's never funny to anybody in the crowd, but it's Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Yeah, it's one person. Yeah, me, you. It's just me, the camera guy, and Osama bin Laden that know about it. 3 people. God. And, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this all goes without saying, but, like, obviously Osama, he's a horrible person. Terrorism is horrible, obviously. And, it's good that he's dead. I think we can all agree on that pretty easily in this room. But I think you could also agree that, like, you could have a pretty chill Sunday afternoon watching movies with Osama bin Laden. Like, that wouldn't be the worst Sunday of your life, is all I'm saying. Like, I just imagine sitting on the couch with him, you, like, finish watching Cars, and he just looks at you and he's like, you want to watch Cars 2? Or... Fuck it, let's run it. I don't know, man. He seemed really cool. If I'm being honest, I think I'd rather hang out with Osama than I would with Malala. Like, that's just how it is. You guys are cool. I think I'm out of time, so...
Tell my audience where they can find you on social media.
Oh, yeah, just look me up on Twitter. It's Milan _Patel, MILAN _Patel, PATEL. And, yeah, just look me on Twitter. That's my only good platform.
So, thank you for coming in. That was such an awesome set.